So I spent $10,000 on my ex, and I want to go through my reasonings and my psychology of why I did that. So one thing you have to know about me is I'm very selective about who I interact with. So for me, already deciding to be friends with someone and to put effort into a friendship is already a really big thing for me. And for me to be and decide to get into a relationship with someone, that means I have to know them really well and know who they are. And for me to get into a relationship, that is the most biggest decision that I've made to do with relationships. And it was my first relationship too, and my first time experiencing love. Unconditionally loving a person, unconditionally loving a person for who they are, and wanting to know every single little detail about them. And that was my first time ever experiencing such intensity and intimacy on that level for a person who I saw my entire future with, basically. And we were long distance too. So I was feeling all these things super hard, super intensely, and I wanted to give them the world. And it was worth giving them or trying to give them the world. And so another thing that you have to know about me is when I spend money, it's basically necessities on myself. Whenever I want something, think that's kind of useless. I'm not spending money effectively if I spend on that. But if I spend money on my friends, heck yeah. Taking care of my friends, treating them how they deserve to be treated them, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing to do, just to treat your friends just because you love them. So you can imagine how much more I was willing to do for someone who I love, someone who is my partner. And there's a couple things that really hit me deep in the soul. One of them is when someone says they're hungry and they have nothing to eat. So obviously I'm going to Uber you some food. Second of all, when someone says that, oh my gosh, I could never have this as a kid. And that really hits me deep in the soul, because to be denied of something that you want when you're so innocent is very feels like you're reaching out and you just can't grab it. And but not being capable to get it when you're older either is very denying. And so my partner used to always do that, my ex used to always do that. And so me being in the position I am, not rich by any means or anything like that, kind of poor actually, but I still wanted to treat him. So I was like, you know what, hey, I will get you this. If it makes you happy, then it's worth it. It's worth getting you something that makes you happy. It's like that saying where it's like, would you take $1,000,000 even if you couldn't live tomorrow? And so most people would say no. So every day is worth $1,000,000. And so being able to experience emotions or happiness and being able to directly contribute to that is worth more than anything in this world ever. However, I did make a lot of mistakes in the relationship. I didn't know how to communicate properly, healthily, or effectively, and I kept making the same mistakes, so you could feel the love die off and him falling out of love with me. And it's a very sad feeling. You can feel it deep in your heart, and that makes you all the more want to love more. But that was the problem. It was always about me loving better. And so whenever he mentioned anything he liked, I would immediately get it for him, because I wanted our relationship to flourish. I wanted our relationship to be better, be healthier, and anything that could make us happy, I wanted to do it. But as I kept making more mistakes, he kept loving me less and less, and it got to a point where we stopped talking normally. We stopped talking about our interests. He only talked to me when he was upset. And so when he talked about something he liked, I wanted to get it for him immediately to invoke those positive emotions. But money can't buy emotions or anything, especially money can't buy love, even when you're trying to love even more. If they fall out of love with you, then there's basically nothing you can do. It's a sinking ship. And the thing is, I tried to do the reverse of that. I tried to buy him whenever he was upset, but whenever he was happy too. So there's always a consistency, almost like, and it didn't matter the price. I bought him a PC, I bought him 2 iPads, I bought him so much stuff. Like it was an investment in our relationship, saying, hey, look, it doesn't matter the price of this. I am staying. I am here for the long run, no matter what it is. I want to get you what I want to make you happy, and that's what I was trying to do, you know? I'm here to get you what you want. Money means nothing, but it means everything when I can get you something. I can always make the money back, but we can never get you happy in the same way than if we didn't get you it. And so it got to a point where it was very complicated. He would almost ignore his upsetness at me to talk about something he liked, because deep down I feel like we both knew I would always offer to get him something. And I also got him Star Pets as well, very expensive ones. And so I communicated very unhealthily that, like, hey, you know what? The only time it seems like you go over your emotions and not be upset at me is when you talk about something you like, because then you know I can get you it. And it was wrong of me to say that. Very unhealthy of me. You should still be healthy to your partner, even if your partner isn't being healthy to you. That is what unconditional love is. And so, yeah, after over time, I wanted to save the relationship, and I got so many expensive stuff, but it just didn't work out. And if I were to go back all again and do it again, the question is, do I regret? Do I regret spending so much money on him in such a short amount of time? And the answer to that is, I don't regret it, because I learned so much about myself. I learned about what a relationship needs, how much communication, how much trust, and how much thought it requires, how much healthiness and just direct to the pointness and vulnerability as well, and how much communication it requires. I learned so much about what it needs to bring into my next relationship to do it perfectly right the next time. But I also learned what I'm capable of, what I'm capable of outputting when I'm pushed further and further and further away. I try to bring it closer and closer, and I know how much effort that I'm capable of, and potential love that I'm capable of bringing. I'm capable of maxing it out to the max no matter what, instead of just giving up. So yeah, it was worth knowing what I'm capable of, my worth, and learning about the relationship. So yeah,